I gotta admit one thing. India has a lot of rich history, from what I can tell, and this movie is definitely one of those. This movie is Gandhi. So Gandhi came out in 1982, and it's about the man who basically led the fight to make India a free country, and all sorts. And I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. The first time I ever heard of Gandhi was from, well, from epic rap battles, from with Key and Peele, but the more I really studied Gandhi, the more it really just got interesting. And this movie is definitely interesting as well because it not only just talks about the things he had to do, the politics he had to upcome, and all the arrests that he had to endure. That's what I think it is. And a lot of people really think that it was basically Gandhi saying, "Hey, if England does not get out of my country, I'm going to starve myself in public," which that does happen and all such. But the starving of himself was basically to gain the morale from India itself, so they can stand up and try to become a free country peacefully, and that was the main goal because India has had several revolutionaries against the English, and there were actually some where they succeeded, but for some reason India just kept on being run by English rule. So there was all that and all such. And this movie is kind of hard to follow, but then again, I may not really understand the culture that all this is behind, because Gandhi was, as a lot of them would say, is a very influential person. He knew how to talk peacefully. He knew how to gain support, and not by violence, but by just being himself, being a good person. And that's a lot of things that I really like about Gandhi. And the great thing about this movie is that it it does show a lot of bad things that happened during the revolution against England. But once when that was all taken care of, it seems like India was its own country and all freedom and all that such. But that's not where the movie ends. The movie continues on because apparently after India became its own country, there was hate between the Hindus, or was it the Christians? Hindus and Christians against the Muslims. And, well, there was no way to resolve that peacefully, so Gandhi basically said, okay, we're going to break off two parts of India. All the Muslims can go there, and everyone else can go there. And there is this one shot that was really cool. It was basically two lines going back and forth. It was basically people from India and the Muslims just going back and forth, and then they just snap and the lines break and they start fighting each other. And all I can say is that the relationship between Pakistan and India has really never been the same ever again. And as for these two sides that happened, one was on the west side, one was on the east side, they asked them, who wants to be called Pakistan? And they both said, me, at the same time. But then Pakistan on the west said, we said it a second earlier, so we get to keep the name Pakistan. And the other side was like, fine, alright, we'll call ourselves Bangladesh later. So that's a basic history of what happened and all such. And this movie really does dive into all that such. And also the downfall of Gandhi's popularity, because most people really loved the man. Some people wanted him dead. And if anyone knows Gandhi, they know exactly how this ends. So, yeah, even though it happens twice in the movie, I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. It happens twice in the movie, one in the beginning and then one at the end, and all. Even though technically he was about like 105 pounds, he couldn't walk on his own. Dude, you basically could have just waited a few months and I think it would have been gone, but oh well, violence can be violence, y'all. But anyway, Gandhi is a really good movie. I definitely did enjoy it. It may not be for everybody because it's not exactly that revolutionary war that you expect like the American one was. It's it's kind of like the civil rights movement in a way, sort of, where they want to be seen as a standalone free people, and they're going to do it without violence. But in the end, both sides definitely won because, well, okay, I'll get into the civil rights movement into another video, but back to this one, I gotta say Gandhi is definitely something to watch, definitely something to literally study and admire. That is the most fun about this movie and all such. Is it good for you just to turn off your brain and watch a movie? Well, you're gonna be a little bit confused. So, there's that, but it is definitely worth watching and definitely worth buying on DVD. So guys, Gandhi, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.